Wylly Willmott here at the National Sports Media Association Awards Weekend. Today I'm here with Wynston Wilcox, our best under 30 reporter. Winston worked at the Memphis Commercial Appeal. Is this your first time in Greensboro?
Yes, this is actually my first time in all of North Carolina. I've been telling people I've been to Charlotte before, but that's just the airport, so I guess it don't count. But no, this is my first time here in Charlotte, first time here in Greensboro.
Oh, awesome. I think we've all been to the Charlotte airport, and I think hopefully this is a more enjoyable experience than that is. Yeah. So what's been your favorite part of the awards weekend so far?
I know it's still young. We have the big event, big banquet tonight, but, just seeing, kind of everybody from all types of, walks of life and everybody within the journalism field and everything. I haven't been to one of these conventions in years. I think when I was in college, and so getting to experience something like this, to see all the winners and everybody being honored, and meeting people here at NSMA, and getting to see people like you, young journalists that are excited to get into this business. I mean, it's it's a grind, and so it's just good to see that people are still interested and still excited to want to be a part of the journalism field.
Yeah, absolutely. And so you're mentioning how you've been sort of on the other side of these conventions. Even though you're one of our youngest winners, you're still coming in with that experience. What's it like sort of being on, instead of the receiving end of the advice and like the enthusiasm, getting to, share wisdom with young reporters?
It's odd because, like I was just telling you, it's weird to say, like, yeah, I'm young and I feel young, but I kind of have that experience to have, and so it's odd being on the other side of it, because I never saw myself as being the person on that side. It's just like, oh, I'm still trying to absorb and trying to learn. I mean, I'm only 29 years old, been professional for 7 years. There's still a lot for me to learn in this business, and so the fact that I do have the opportunity to be able to give, even the little bit of advice that I do have is awesome, because you're only as good as the experiences that you have, and you're even better when you can share those with other people.
Yeah, absolutely. And is there anyone you're really excited to meet or get to speak with this weekend?
Not anybody in particular. I mean, I'm just excited just to be in a room and in an environment with so many notable people, so many experienced people, and so many successful people. It's not anybody in particular. I'm just glad to be able to be a part of this. It was, kind of unsure if I was going to be able to make it, and I'm so glad I was able to make it. So glad I'm able to stay the entire weekend, and so glad I'm able to kind of see everything that Dave talked to me on the phone about, in person, and kind of see it, as it's going.
Yeah, me too. I'm so happy you're here. And going back to your work at the Memphis Commercial Appeal, was there a particular story that was your favorite that you covered during your time there?
I'm trying to think.
Yeah, broad question.
I'd have to think a lot about maybe my best story, but I know one in particular, one that I did kind of right before I left, was a story was on this girl, Tristan Spearman. She had a heart condition at birth, and I was able to talk to her mom, talk to her coach, and really just tell the story of triumph, of how she had to overcome. It all happened through COVID, actually, when she found out she had this heart condition, and so being able to tell that story, and I think I tell people this all the time. It's one thing to tell that story and tell it well, but when you have the characters of the story come back and tell you how important it was for you to tell that story, and how nice that that you took your time to tell that story for them and tell their story. That's really one of the greatest feelings of being a reporter, because, like I said last night, you get so wrapped up in going from the next event to the next event and not having the opportunity to, appreciate, the stories that you do, right? And so when people do tell you, like, hey, I really do appreciate that, like, it really meant a lot, it just kind of, you take a step back and you're like, wow, like, this is really why I enjoy doing this, telling those stories and, being able to have an impact, on somebody's life.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you so much for taking the time to do this interview with me.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you.